Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the 9th Guild War in the new system. So today, we have a lot of things to go do. Of course, we got the first day of Daemon Guild War, which we'll be going and getting around to. We'll be doing that first. Then we have 1.5 billion torches to go use for Underspire. We have 51 plus whatever we get from dead end rooms. So we'll be able to go do over 50 torches with the new format. Of course, as of this Monday, we had a brand new system being brought in for that of Underspire, bringing in a bunch of treasure rooms, trap rooms, dead end rooms that have various effects, like this one that scouted out one of the merchant rooms, so we know that we can skip that later down the line. So when we end up getting around there, we know not to go that way, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll be using 1.5 billion torches, see what kind of new rooms we should be able to get. Hopefully we could find one of each of them. We found like about half of them so far with how many we've currently done. Yeah, hopefully we find the other half and go from there. And then get to see pretty much all the new content and end up coming in with 9.0, which basically just made Underspire easier and more rewarding. Anyways, yeah, let's go do Guild War and see how we go from there. We're still restructuring the guild a little bit, so we are probably going to lose a couple of these as our rank is still pretty high for Guild Wars. But once we get readjusted going into next Guild War, we should be fine, but this is a good chance that we're actually going to lose all 4 days, especially with this matchup. We actually got up against a guild, even in a normal setup, this might actually be a little bit bad for us, because they're like ranked 20-something, or like 16, and we're ranked like 30-something. So even under normal circumstances, this would already be hard. And with the fact that we have less people right now, it's going to be even harder. But as far as our own battles, let's see how it goes. This time around, I am skipping on the thing unless we lose more than twice. So let's hopefully not lose more than twice. But yeah, it's not that good. It's just a shiny Aberrath. Aberrath was the meta prior to version 2.0. There was actually a several month period of time where he was used on like the best team in the entire game. However, ever since traits ended up coming in, he just kind of got left behind ever since then. And beyond that, he's basically worse than Black Beast. Even at max shininess, he just has not really scaled that well to modern day, and was pretty much dead content since 2.0. Like, what, 10 years ago? 11 years ago? It's been a very long time he's been dead content. And this shininess does not bring him up. It brings him down to 13 mana cost, plus adding Cleanse to his ability, which is still basically worse than Black Beast, which does a bunch of additional stats into Skull Creation. It's basically just a weaker version of Black Beast for 1 higher mana cost, even at max shininess. So yeah, it's a pretty skippable week, but if we do lose 3 times or more, I probably will go for it. But let's just not lose, and we won't need to worry about that. So as far as our team, we're probably just going to be using the really safe one from the weekly video. We'll probably make adjustments as we need here and there. But we ended up going down the full safety route, which is all in on Element Grim, oddly enough. Bane or Mercy for Curse and to get things rolling. Also gives us a little bit of attack on first slot that we don't really care about that too much. Mostly care about the yellow to purple. Wand of Stars doing normal Wand of Stars things, as it always does. With 50% mana start, which is pretty important. As well as Mechanist is also important because we need Dispel. That's the only problem with running a only damage source Element Grim, is we do have to run Dispel on it. And Mech just happens to be really good for that, having 50% mana start and Dispel. Flaming Ani is being used for backup and for mass mana accumulation, making technically our only damage source other than whatever Flaming Ani resummons into Element Grim. However, it is a lot of damage. Not only do we have Dispel to constantly get rid of Submerge, if they do have it, we're going to be hitting for 69, nice, damage to all enemies, and then creates 13 purple, assuming all enemies are burnt, which is very likely because we have 4 times Curse and Power on Bane or Mercy. And if we needed it after that, we also have 4 times Curse, of course, on Wand of Stars. Keep in mind, defensively, you can't use Wand of Stars in Guild War, but offensively you can. There's no penalty to using it offensively, only defensively. So we can get away with it on every battle if we want to. Actually, I believe for the video, I literally showed it on every battle, because you are allowed to offensively get away with it, even on the budget team. Though this could be replaced for Exploding Weapon, but this helps you cover all the colors. But yeah, let's go get the high rarity team and yeah, see what Element Grim could do. Haven't really gotten to use Element Grim for quite a while, so this will be the first time we bring it out in a good while, mostly because Void Dragon, oops, wrong game mode. Mostly because Void Dragon took his place in a lot of situations. But yeah, let's go see how it does. Been quite a while since we've been able to run it. Also, interesting purple layout. That's weird. Okay, looks like we gotta go top. I forget what battles are even at top in purple. That is so weird. Is this purple or red? I'm pretty sure it's purple. Yeah, you can tell by all the purple. But I wonder why they're running purple would defend. I don't believe purple had anything too useful, and it's very similar to green in the fact that your main mana accumulator for final battle is a leprechaun, unless they're running double pharaoh, I guess. But yeah, why purple? Purple is a weird one. Actually, what power gem even is purple? I think it's bleed gem, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever they end up making it. But anyways, let's go all the way top and yeah, see what battles there are. I'm not even sure. Let's see. Fairy Ring probably means Fae. Fletcher Elf? An Airy, I'm not sure what that one would be. But there's a dragon symbol next to it, so maybe it's dragon. Which means that's probably the most annoying one to go for then, if that's the case. That might be the one battle that's actually annoying. But yeah, let's go get our team, see what we can do. Shouldn't need to change anything, I don't think, for most of these battles. Just double checking everything. And before we do, let's go say over our hellos, grab a sip of water. Hello, yeah, hello, lady, Sani. Hello, Jets. Hello, Ron. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Mulu. Hello, Jets. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Chad. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, so anything we need to change here? No. Just spam Element Grim until we win. Should be pretty much every battle we do. Also, hello, Jamie. Yeah, that should be it. Just double checking everything. Should be fine. Yeah, a little low on damage here, but I wanted to go for maximum safety. A little low on damage. But Element Grim is technically infinite loop, not really, but it's pretty close. Once it gets like a storm setup and everything into it. The only problem is we don't actually have the storm, so we'd kind of have to hope the enemy has one. It does have red, but that's not quite the color we're looking for storm. Oh, did we not have burn yet? Oh, I need to be careful with that. I was wondering why I didn't create as many. Yeah, we do have to be careful with that. I do have to pop at least one gem before we start doing everything. Otherwise, we're going to have an awkward situation where they're not burned and he doesn't create the full amount of purple. I was wondering why that did so little. But yeah, we got to make sure we pop one of the 2 burning gems. If doing one will give us guaranteed 4 times burn. But we got to do at least one, otherwise it's not going to do any. Is that Skull Kill? Yeah, it is. Okay, just making sure. Well, our attack value is high, because Bane of Mercy increases its attack as well. I was wondering why it was so high, but yeah, Bane of Mercy is like, what, 50-something attack for itself? At least this late in the game? Oh yeah, that reminds me, on Monday we did finally get Max Magic, by the way. I don't think I mentioned it yet to stream. I have it in the title. But at the end of Monday's stream, we finally got Max Magic. Bladed Lands was the final one we did, and we now have Bladed Lands, Darkstone, Karkaroth, Zolkari, and Silverglade to officially have max magic. So now we can start working on max attack. And then from there, yeah, we're pretty much max stats. And then just a little bit of durability here and there. I forget which all the attack kingdoms even are that we still need to go upgrade, but we'll be slowly chipping at them. Because that's the main goal for kingdom upgrades now going forward. Now that we have all max magic. Anyways, back to Guild Wars. This is the first time we really get to run max magic since we got it all the way at the end of last stream. Well, technically I have been for dailies the last few days, but you know, on stream is basically the first time we got to run it. Obviously, it's not that much stronger, but, you know, 2 magic goes a long way. 2 more magic compared to what we would normally have. Alright, anything we can change here? No. He does have mana drain per turn, which is kind of annoying. He has an infinite loop mana drain chip damage team. That's really interesting. As long as we get blessed, this shouldn't be that big of an issue. He has a lot of extra turn spam, though. Like an infinite amount of extra turn spam, which is a little scary. But as long as we can get rolling pretty much immediately, we should be okay. One thing to consider too is we can replace out mech for other stuff if we don't need to spell. And in this situation, we don't need to spell, which kind of makes me want to run something else. I kind of want to land freeze, but so many things on that team has immune to freeze. Like half the team. I could go elementals, but I really don't want to block our mana too much. Could go Orb Weaver too. Well, I'm hoping that turn 1 we just get Hero to full mana and it won't really matter. There's the Geomancer route. We really don't need Mechanist here for this particular battle. We still need 50% mana start, but we don't need Mech specifically. Is this a Geomancer angle? What's your extra perks? I know all that. Where's your other thing? Problem is it doesn't have freeze. I would say is the biggest downside there. The problem with running Orb Weaver is I do need 50% mana start still. Oh, what's the other one that doesn't mean to sign? Oh, but then we could get stunned though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with Geomancer. It's a lot tankier than Mech because we don't need Mech's Dispel. While also having Barrier Brown and everything else like that, we'll still have a 50% start. But I think we'll go down that route. I don't think there's anything else we really need to modify. Oh, is there anything else we're missing from not running Mech? I don't believe so. It's mostly 50% mana start into Banish. But we don't need Banish, so we could just run any 50% mana start. So just running something a lot tankier. Alright, we should be okay here. Turn 1 really dictates a lot. But after turn 1, we should be okay. Just double checking if we need to modify anything here or there, but it looks fine. Yeah, it's just a hero class change. We're gonna have to probably do that more so than anything. He's just swapping our hero class to counter the team. No alignment whatsoever, not even close. Definitely not ideal. Green over here. Green down here and try for double purple with Purple Storm. Didn't get it, but got some other mana. Okay, he got the auto extra turn. He got the mana drain. He got the explode into explode. Okay, we're just gonna get infinite on. Okay, not yet. Soon though, soon. Okay, he's about to leprechaun again. He might get another hourglass gem. I can go for skull here. I don't have my empower thingy anymore and the other thing. I think we take skull purple. And hope he doesn't do his mana drain thing. Problem is he's probably gonna get it. And let's see. We do have hourglass gem in play. That's guarantee extra turn there. Problem is we're being blocked on yellow right now, so I actually can't get it to full mana. There's gonna be a really awkward battle then. Because Bane of Mercy being yellow is the biggest problem here. As long as we can get one Wand of Stars cast, we auto win. The problem is getting one Wand of Stars cast though at this point. Because anytime he gets that mana drain, we're back down a turn. We could take this for a ton of mana. It's not going to matter if he just gets mana drain again though. Let's see, does he get it? He does get it. We're getting really unlucky on that. I was hoping that wouldn't quite happen. At least now we can take the yellow for full mana if we were to get it here. The problem is we have no way to take it here. The second we get a turn, we should be fine. I was hoping that we would get a turn way earlier though. But starting board was really, really bad. But now that we're not blocked on yellow, all we need is one hourglass gem and we just win. Let me take a bunch of purple because we need to try filling up that mana so the other ones will be good to go once we do get rolling. Is he going to leave any amount of hourglass gem on the board, or are we just going to lose on this one? Let's see. He's taking some skull value, not what you want to see. Any hourglass gems we can still take. But yeah, the main reason I didn't want to run a mana drain immune hero class is he does have stun as well. So it just end up getting stunned off. So we're getting really lucky on hero not getting stunned. Oh yeah, duh, because it's immune to stun. I was going to say, otherwise it would be stunned by now. The problem with Orb Weaver is we'd get stunned because it doesn't have immune to stun. So you can't run Orb Weaver against this team. Alright, I think we might just lose to Whittle damage then. Because I don't really have any way around the trip damage there. Normally this team you would win on turn 1, but we had a really bad starting board that we couldn't cast Bane of Mercy on. Because all we have to do is cast Wand of Stars once and you auto win. Like, if we have this battle again, we're going to win within, like, 3 turns, not even. Yeah, it's most likely over unless we get really, really lucky somehow. He still has the Hourglass Gem mechanic, so he's going to get all that rolling again. There's no way it full misses. I would definitely have to take yellow and or blue here. So any way that we can maximize our mana while taking those two would be ideal. We are frozen on everything because of Wand of Stars as well. So let's take all that mana, which is almost full mana, but not quite. We just need one Wand of Stars and we win, if we can get there. The problem is our backline's about to die, though. So if he gets one more cast before then, we do lose. Which he is going to get right here. Oh, no! We are going to die there. Unless he goes for the Leprechaun and misses somehow. Oh, he does! Wait, wait, wait. There's a chance. There's a chance. Okay. How do we play this? I see the skulls there. It is a trap, though. All I have to do is take a yellow here, get a yellow here, and get a yellow here, and we win. Because then I can cast Wand of Stars, and then we should be hopefully able to go and resummon a team, get Infinite Loop, and go from there. So this might not be over yet. This is the turn we've been waiting for a while. Because as long as we take an Hourglass Gem, even though we're frozen on yellow, we still get turn. So we take that, so we can then take this, so we can then take that. And that should be full mana as long as we surge one of them. Good, we did surge. No way! We have -1 yellow! No! Wait! No way! Our banner's -1 yellow, so we didn't get full mana! Alright, maybe we should have changed that. Oh, that's funny. Well, that would have been full mana. Alright, well, we're dead. Unless he gets skull distracted. We do live off a skull distract. I guess I just take the big blue. We get double freeze. Not sure that really helps us much. This is not really going to land on anything. I have no way to take the other yellow. And obviously we're frozen on everything. But I think we just take this down and hope for something. But yeah, that would have been full mana. Then we casted Wand of Stars and we would have been fine as long as Wand of Stars landed an extra turn. But now he's going to... Oh, wait! He still gave us a turn. I don't have Hourglass Gem, though. So we still lose here. Skull doesn't do anything for us. Yeah, Hourglass Gem would be the only way we can win here. We can let him explode green. Oh, that one gets us mana drain, though. I have no way to stop that one, though. What does the other one do? Oh, it just does random gems. So yeah, that would get it guaranteed. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we could win this now. Yeah, I don't think there's any way. Skull does nothing. If anything, we'd want to leave the skull on the board. As that would actually be one of our main win conditions, is him going for the skull. I'm just going to take green here and see if he goes for it. He does not. Ah, we lose. Rippity. Yeah, we end up losing chip damage there. Watch, we're going to have this battle again, and we're going to win in like 2 turns. Because we're going to get an actual starting turn. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do here. But yeah, if we do fight this again, I might have to go and un-1 my banner. Because the only reason we lost that battle is because we have -1 yellow. So we're already at 1 loss. Let's see. Do you want to repeat the fight? Yes. Okay, we're not even up against the team again. Alright, we're fine. But yeah, if we had not -1 yellow, that would have been the win. Because we would have had full mana, then we won to stars, and we infinite loop from there. But that's the only problem with running Bane of Mercy here. Anytime we don't get a good turn 1 Bane of Mercy, we're so far behind. As long as we get rolling before they do anything, we just kind of auto-win. Like right here. Alright, so they're all burning, or at least as many of them that can be burned. Let me just clear the board to get a little bit of better board. Then we'll throw an Element Grim and just start kind of going from there. But this is what the team's supposed to do. And there we go, turn 2 win. But yeah, really, really, really unlucky there. Alright, this one's also pretty free. Arachnian Weaver in first slot is a really weird position. Is this an elf team? No, this is... No, this is elf. Why? That's like the last place you would ever want to put Arachnian Weaver due to its really good summon. I guess because it has Impervious, but there's other things you could put there. It's so weird. Alright, I don't think we need to change anything here. Yeah, we could go for the 4-time stun. That gets rid of the mana drain potential on that team. The problem with that is, I believe he can be stunned himself. So if you can't get it turn 1, you kind of still lose. But yeah, that's not really how you're supposed to run Elf. The main way you tend to run Elf is Empower in first slot, Hero running Life and Death or Ruby Weapon, Arachnian Weaver, and then 50% Mana Star Elf all the way in last slot. Is normally the team you run for Elf. There's a few other ways you could run it as well. That's normally the core team. But any way you ever build Elf, do not put Weaver in first slot. Normally it's a 3rd slot position. 3rd or 4th, normally 3rd. Since 3rd's the overall safest normally. Well, we already got one of our losses for the week. Hopefully they don't keep stacking up. That was just a really unfortunate turn of events though. We lost from 2 things. Not having turn 1 Bane of Mercy, but more so from having -1 purple banner. The next time we're up against that team, I need to undo that in case we have to go take Hourglass Gems again. Because if we didn't have -1 purple, we actually would have won the previous battle. The only reason we didn't have full mana was for -1. Oh, what am I doing? I already have win. There we go. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go all the way there, but we'll still be able to get the extra set of 1,000 points from taking out this battle. Which is... Oh, this one's really free. Why does it have a dragon icon next to it, then? I guess it's technically a bird? Looks like a dragon. But yeah, Strix is very weak. There's not like a single thing threatening in Strix. There's like a little bit of loop potential, but their damage output is so low. Also, can we ever get a Bane of Mercy start? All blue to yellow. Is that scary at all? I don't think that is. Doesn't look like it is. I think we just take this down and just let him do whatever. His whatever does literally nothing but give us mana. There's no way we still don't have alignment after that. How? We have yellow to purple and he just filled the whole board with purple and we still have nothing. How does that even happen? Alright, that should be match. We'll just explode it. Actually, do we want more extra turn? Let's take an extra turn. We do get to lower their attack a little bit, I guess. Strix do have kind of high attack. Alright, are we good to go on Elamagrim? I think we are. Let's want a Bane of Mercy first. No, it's going to remove more purple than it adds. I'll do it now. And then that gives us our re-up, and then we just keep doing it till we win. Unless we miss. But hopefully we don't miss. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's what the team's supposed to do. Come on now. But yeah, we got killed by the chip damage mana drain team. But next time we just got to make sure not to run minus yellow banner then. Better just get lucky on Bane of Mercy. Yeah, a little unfortunate. Already at one loss. Yeah, the team's kind of annoying. Because you can't run immune to mana drain because it just gets stunned off. Unless you're running impervious or invulnerable. I guess we could look into doing something like that then maybe? What is the best invulnerable under Daemon or whatever that one trait is called? I always forget its name. But if I go to Daemon, what's the best thing that has... if I'm not mistaken, it's only the one that has like the stat reduction. Which is not that great. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I believe our only option is, yeah, this guy. Immortal Abaddon. He eliminates 43 points from 2 random skills to all enemies, which I guess would be good if it hits magic. And then inflicts a random negative status effect on them. The problem is it does give resummon to the enemy. I guess we could also use it for resummon for ourselves, but it probably wouldn't do it because it's in first slot. We'd most likely be using it in first slot to also be immune to entangle and everything. But, yeah, this is the only thing we have access to this week if we wanted to run it. Actually, that's not true. Where is Immortal Ossifer? I mean, not Immortal Ossifer. I mean, Enraged Carandera. But yeah, we do have access to Enraged Carandera. Deal a bunch of damage to all enemies boosted by Doom Skulls, then converts Yellow Gems to Doom Skulls, Conjure Doom Storm. Might be worth considering as a first slot in that situation. Maybe we'll try it next time. Because I forgot, we actually have access to 2. We have Enraged Carandera and we have Immortal Abaddon. So maybe I'm just going to have to bring both of those out with like a converter. Still bring the... but I think that's going to have to be the team then. We'll try that the next time we see that team if it does come up again. But I think we might have to ditch, for that specific team only, I think we have to ditch this team and run Enraged Carandera. Wanda Stars, I guess, could stay there. Followed by Immortal Abaddon. Or maybe even over there, Immortal Abaddon. And then put Bane of Mercy over there. So the team would be the 2 that have Invulnerable. And we can use 2. We're only allowed to use 1 Immortal, but you are allowed to use multiple things that have Invulnerable. So we would be able to use Enraged Carandera plus him. Still use Wanda Stars for Wanda Stars purposes. And then still use Bane of Mercy so we can get a turn 1 ideally. This would drastically reduce our damage. As our main damage source would be Enraged Carandera or the RNG of reducing random stats. But mostly Enraged Carandera would be our only damage source. But it's better than doing literally nothing. That would also make almost our entire team immune to freeze, which would also be nice. As we could run a hero class as immune to freeze. We could run 2 things that have invulnerable. And then at that point, or 2 things that have invulnerable. And then the only thing that could be frozen then would be Bane of Mercy for the Empower. But yeah, it's going to have to be the play for if we see that team again. Just so our team can actually do something and not get mana drained every few seconds. Alright, next thing. Let's go clear through dailies real quick. Let me actually do the holiday event first so I don't forget. We did, as of yesterday, finally get access to the new legendary. For the sake of time, I won't be going over today, but I will be going over tomorrow night and using it and messing around. Only reason we won't be doing it today is I do want to run 50 plus torches for Underspire, which alone is going to take like over an hour more this stream. So we're going to focus on the 9.0 Underspire changes tonight, but tomorrow night we will mess around with the new legendary Miss Crinkle thing, and see what she can end up doing, and go max her out and try her out in a bunch of teams and everything, or at least a couple teams. She's not like overly meta, but she'll be really useful for both Zoom and Dwarf. In a normal Skull team, we'll definitely try it as well, though I don't think it's going to replace other Mythics, but it could be a good early game option. If you're a newer player and don't have that much for Skull spam, she'd be a really solid option for Skull spam. And even just compared to other Skull spammers, she's actually above average. She's not in like the absolute best category, but she's definitely above average for a Skull spammer. Anyways, while we're here, let me grab my battles so we can get all the rewards, go to battles. And of course, we're still wiping it with a Flower Dragon. Obsidious explodes does... the problem with Obsidious, though, is if he gets stunned. Because that team runs Elementalist, and even though Obsidious is a good stunner, Obsidious doesn't have immune to stun, right? I don't think he has Impervious. If he does, then I actually should run it. But if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have any immune to stun. Yeah, that's the biggest issue Obsidious has always had. It's the main difference between it and like something like Elementalist hero class. Is even though it's a really good stunner, if we don't get extra turn on turn 1, we just get stunned on turn 1, their turn 1, and then we can't do anything. It's the same reason why we can't run Mana Drain immune on hero. Because that assumes we get a good turn 1, and if we don't have Mana Drain immunity anymore. And he has the same issue. Like if we get a good turn 1, then you know, they get stunned and we're good to go. But if we don't, he gets stunned and does literally nothing, which is kind of like what our whole team did that time. But I'm probably just going to go double invulnerable and just tank it out with like Wand of Stars and like an Empower. Our damage output's going to be so low, but it shouldn't ever really lose that team. It will make the battle a little slow though, but it's better than losing. What we're doing? Oh yeah, holiday event. Unable to read data. Alright, let's go finish out the holiday event real quick so we don't forget today. But yeah, don't forget to be doing holiday event. It is a daily all the way until 2 Mondays from now. The Obsidious is pretty good. It's still the best overall stunner in the game. There's just a lot of times you would run Elementals over in favor of stun immunity while still having stun. But there's a lot of situations Obsidious can get a lot of value. If the enemy has like a good trait set up that you just want to deny out immediately. Alright, one more battle. Then we'll go clear out the few other handful of dailies, and then we're pretty much just spamming Underspire rest of stream. Also, once we get to Underspire, we'll go hand out the redeem code as well. Because I still want to go really check out the rest of the new patch. I've been delaying all the battles for today so we could do it on stream. Oh, we got a handful of gems. We got our reward thingy. We should get done automatically just from doing weeklies. I haven't really stretched too much out of just doing bare minimum weeklies, and we're pretty much already done with it on Thursday. So we're good to go there. Let me grab the handful of gems here. Then we'll go clear out dungeon, PvP. And then, yeah, spend the rest of the time in Underspire. We have 51 torches right now, but of course that could be increased by finding more torches. Not just from dead-end rooms, but there is a new barrel room that gives 2 to 4 as well. Unless we get lucky with a lantern from it. I wonder what the lantern odds are on it. If I had to guess, probably like 10%. Which means you would only see it once every 2.5 months if that's the case. Maybe once every 3 months. Let's say hypothetically it is 10%. You can only see up to 1 per delve, or per Underspire. And it's not even guaranteed that you see it every Underspire. So there's a good chance they made it a 10% chance to get a lantern. Because that'd be like 1 lantern every 3 months. Which is not great, but it's better than nothing, I guess. It's more loot than... not only does the room cost 0 to open, so it's just a free lantern in itself, but a 10% chance likely for a lantern. That's not horrible. Because all the dead-end rooms still have their lantern chances, of course, as well. Oh, please don't get silenced. Please don't get silenced. Please don't get silenced. No! 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 Fine, I'll replace this with Superior. I've been doing this recently just because I've been getting so tired of having to deal with other RNG mechanics. I've just been going the Sister Superior route. Which does mean you have to restructure the team and then restructure the team. Oh, wait, never mind. It's silence. I forgot. You can only do that for stun and the other ones. Wait. Fine, I'll go Voice of Orpheus. I forgot you can't even do that for this one. I've been doing that for all the other ones lately. But I forgot you still can't do that for silence. Ah, no. That's funny. Beatrix? We could go Beatrix too. I feel like it's a little bit easier to grab a yellow than grabbing an extra turn though. Oh wait, I just lost my only damage source. Let me go Voice. Because this is the one day you have to run Voice of Orpheus instead. Alright, there we go. Voice of Orpheus has Impervious while having Cleanse on yellow, while also having Cleanse on ability. Or only using it for Cleanse on yellow, specifically. And there we go with Cleanse. Easy as that. The Voice of Orpheus is really niche, but it has the most amount of Cleanse potential of any troop in the game. You get Cleanse per yellow while having Impervious, while having Cleanse on ability. It has the most amount of you will always get Cleanse possibility. As it counters basically every angle. It counters Stun Silence, it counters, well, I guess it's the main one, is Stun Silence. Because that normally covers all your bases, but it doesn't cover your bases if you have, you know, Impervious. Obviously you could curse Stun Silence, but very few teams ever run all three. And even then, oh no, never mind. I was gonna say even then you could do your ability. No, you wouldn't be able to because then you would be silenced. You just take a single yellow and you immediately get silence. I mean, unsilence. And what's nice about it too is the yellow immediately goes into your dragon as well. So you're not even losing the yellow. And also does whole team guarantee, so you don't need to worry about like an RNG chance of it like missing or something. You still have the RNG of getting a yellow, but most boards have a yellow you could take at starting board. Not always, but a good number of them. And we're still getting the Exploded started at turn 2, which is nice. Because that Explode can also trigger a yellow without even needing to take one. Which is what happened that turn. Right, come on, just a little bit more damage. You're almost there. That's the only problem with not having the extra Explode. Yeah, there we go. And I was going to Brown Convert if we needed it, but nope, we're good to go. Alright, that's done. Alright, so anything else? Dungeon, check. Underspire, we're getting to. Clash Trial, we'll ignore. Alright, let's go to PvP real quick. I believe I have double boost today. Yes, I do. That's why I'm delayed to tomorrow. Oh no, are the battles going to be more annoying tomorrow? Because what do we have today? No, that's not it. Oh wait, never mind. Yesterday was what, Wednesday, so we don't have one today. Yeah, let's save it for tomorrow then for the double. Because we have more battles to do tomorrow. Today I just got to do either Construct or Daemon. No, we've already been doing Daemon all week. No, we're going to be doing so much Daemon. Let's just do Construct. So I'll do Construct and then I'll do the double buff for tomorrow then. Well, first things first, let's get a little bit extra damage, I guess. And we'll save double buff for tomorrow since we have to do more PvP battles tomorrow. That reminds me, we also need to make Top Cut PvP this week. I believe we're a little bit low, but we should be fine to go and get it. I just got to throw a couple of totems, we'll be good to go. Yeah, we'll go clear out this, go clear out the 5 battles or 6 battles technically for Construct. And then, yeah, we'll go do the rest of the 9.0 delves then. And of course, we'll be doing that every single day as well, every single day this week for the rest of the week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As well as Guild War. But today will be the day we have the most amount of battles to do since we'll be dumping all of them that we have from the last few days. Yeah, I'm doing the Construct battles just so we don't do even more Daemon. Even though we already have a copy paste for Daemon, we're going to be seeing so many Daemon over the next 3 days that we'll do the Construct instead. Though the Daemon teams you would run for PvP are a little bit different than what you would run for Guild War. Because Guild War, you got to play it a lot safer. PvP, you can get away with something like 3 to 4 Ivor Ryan, or whatever his name was. That one that does Doom Skull every single turn. And a few other really risky teams like that you could run for PvP. Stuff that'd be way too risky to ever do for Guild War. But it's worth it because it wins so quick at PvP. But I'm starting to forget so many names. The game is already at like, what, 1,500 troops or something? What's the number these days? It's getting scary close to 2,000. I think we're like a year and a half away from 2,000 troops, which is insane. I'm pretty sure most free-to-play games never even get that high of a number of things. I know they normally get a lot of bloat, but I don't think they ever get that bloated. Yeah, we're nice. We're at 169. But yeah, we need 300. Oh no, even more than that because that's how many we have. Yeah, 300 more troops and we're at 2,000 already. That means it's going to happen within, what, a year? Oh no, how many troops do we on average get per month? Let's assume they don't add a new kingdom. It's 1 faction troop, 4 glory troops, that's 5, mythic 6, bounty 7, 2 event troops, 9, probably some other random thing, 10. And if you count immortals and everything else coming in, about 11-ish. Yeah, so about 11 or 12 per month, roughly, give or take. And that's assuming no kingdom is added. But it's about 11 to 12 new troops per month. Alright, so yeah, we won't hit it next year then. But the year after next year, we hit 2,000 troops. Unless they add like 2 kingdoms next month, but I'll be doubtful if they even add 1. But if we somehow got 2 kingdoms next year, I mean, maybe we'd hit it. But it seems like, yeah, 2027 would be the year that we hit that. The 2,000 mark. So we won't hit it next year, most likely. As this is probably an average of like 12-ish per month, give or take a few. Or give or take like 1 or 2. Alright, what are we doing? I am doing, Construct. I grabbed all the magic, right? Yeah, we're at max magic buff. Let me grab the Construct battle. Do I have one saved here? I have a feeling the answer is no. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's see. What are we building today for Construct? We probably want to run Geomancer. Mortal Ossifer is very tempting. Oh! We have double explode. Okay, well, I already know my team. I forgot. I want one of the stars. And give me a Geomancer. Class, Geomancer, which gives 50% mana start to all constructs. And then banners, just double brown. Gives me a barrier on brown. And that should be all we need. And then we spam Immortal Ossifer until we win. Getting a bunch of mana accumulation per turn. Easy as that. Then we do that, get Immortal Ossifer, click Immortal Ossifer, rinse and repeat until win. Or just one-shot them, that works too. He has double damage in this location, so he hits really hard. We don't even need to worry about his skull spam. Normally you use him more for his skull spam than his damage. But when you're running him in the correct immortal location, you run him actually for his damage, not for his skulls. The skulls are pretty much just for extra turning. His true damage matters a lot more when it's doubled. Or as most battles, he's used more so as a heavy skull spam option that happens to have stun curse. Triple Zarg with Ossifer? That would work too. The problem with Ossifer though is a problem with going too many Zarg is there might not be enough skulls. He can only explode as many skulls as there are on the board. And sometimes you have a board state where you can't get 6. So I normally try not to go more than 2 with him. With stuff like Takshaka, I'll sometimes go to 3. Or maybe even ever so occasionally with Pharaoh. If the troop doesn't have like a 50% mana start. But you should try to avoid that with Zarg's Boom Pile just because there's not always 6 skulls on the board. So sometimes he doesn't even do all the value. Alright, 2 battles to go. And then we just go spam new 9.0 Underspire then the rest of the time. Which I'm really looking forward to. I like the buffs that they did with it so far. I don't know, how have you guys been liking new Underspire? It's pretty much the same thing, but easier, less expensive, and quicker now. So I might actually start doing it. I actually stopped doing it for about a year or so, like as far as full completions. But, yeah, we definitely got to start doing it again. Because there's all the reward from before with all the new buff stuff. And they also made it a lot quicker per week. I'm not sure the exact number that of time saved. But if I had to guess, if you're going through the entirety of Underspire, the new system saves about 15 minutes per week compared to the previous system. And normally it took like 2 to 4 hours depending on team that you have access to, as well as the troops they have access to for the team. Because even though there's a good team for it, you might not have the options to run it if you're missing like a specific mythic that's really good or something. Alright, let's go to Underspire. Alright, let me go hand out a code and then we'll go to Underspire. Where's my code section? I don't have it open right now. Codes. There you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is in the settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And next week's Monday, we should have the holiday code as well as the holiday pet coming in game on that Wednesday. We'll have one of the old holiday pets to hand out, which I guess isn't as big as it used to be because the new pet system makes it pretty easy to get all those pets now, but we still have one of the old holiday pets to go hand out later for Monday. And the next few days, we'll just have the normal codes. Alright, so here we are, Underspire, taking back up exactly where we were on Monday. And I've saved up every torch that we've had since then, buying to the 2nd tier. So spending 150 gems per day getting the torches there. So far we bought max torches on the first day for 300. And every day since we're doing 150. Normally I would do 150 every day. I mostly just did that so I had enough battles to do both the video and the stream on Monday. But normally you would just do 150 every day to get full completion. And near the end, you might even need to do a little bit less. You might have 1 or 2 days where you don't need to spend 100 gems. Because that's one nice thing about the new system. It should make you go quick enough that it saves you needing to buy 1 to 3 less tiers. As there's a lot of rooms that just don't consume torches. Oh, nice! Some shiny dust. That's half a shiny token. That's actually not bad at all. Half a shiny token from just a room battle that would have given you nothing before. Yeah, we have a lot of lanterns right now. It's because I haven't been going through all of them. We will be using some of them today, because we'll be using on floor 4, floor 6, and maybe floor 7? Floor 7 gives you double pet orb and double dragonite. It's only 50 dragonite, but it does add up. 50 dragonite costs 300 gems. Nice. 25 writs. That's a 4th of a deed right there. Or 1/40th of an Imperial. Which is realistically what we're using it for. So that's 1/40th of an Imperial right there. Not a lot, but more than nothing. Because you have to keep in mind, before this update, that room would have been literally nothing. Like a handful of gold, souls, and everything else, which I think we still get as a reward too. But the rewards were effectively nothing before. Now we're still getting that nothing reward, but also getting that extra bit on top. So anytime we ever see something like that, it's purely just extra loot. Same as these trap rooms. Like, the loot might not look too good here that we get as extra, but it's just pure extra compared to before that wasn't in it previously. Alright, some drone trinkets. I believe that's for creating a bunch of Doom Skulls at the start of battle. And now we can actually start running trinkets on some of the more important battles as well. Most notably the 6th and 7th boss, where depending on the week you might actually need a little bit of assistance to kill them out. Including this week, because I forget what the meta team is all the way near the end. But whatever it is... Oh no, it's Rope Dart Ubistet. We should be fine, never mind. It's a little bit too early for us to be running Rope Dart Ubistet yet, but of course that will be the team once we get there. It's just a little bit too early to be running it. Oh, there's the boss room. This is for... Isn't this double Imperial? Honestly, that's not horrible to go in double. Isn't this the Imperial battle? Do we start doubling this now that we actually need Imperials? Yeah, this is the Imperial battle. You get double Epic Volkey and double Imperial from doing it. I'm tempted. I think I might. We got so many lanterns right now. I think we go for it. I won't be doing it every time. But we're pressed enough for Imperials, that, or we're going to be soon, that I think we might do it occasionally. Because one Imperial is worth 250 gems. Only problem is the Epic Vault key is kind of hit or miss if it's worth anything. Could be worth nothing, could be worth a lot. But the main reason we care about this is double Imperial. Oh no, I don't feel like that one's as worth it. I'd rather double the 7th battle than the 2nd battle, I think. I'd rather have 50 more Dragonite and a Spear Pet Orb than having double Imperial. But I think I'll be skipping doing that one for a little bit. Unless we literally get to the point where I'm at like almost 0 Imperials. Oh, so should I go do all the battles right now? Let's see. We have one dead end over there I didn't do. One dead end over there. Oh no, let me move forward first. Oh no, let me go take it because we might find a portal. Actually, do you want to take all these in case we find a portal that goes all the way forward? Are the Sentinels going to show up now? You're still missing one. I actually got a Sentinel on our very first battle on Monday, which was really funny. The first battle that could have given one, we actually got one. That was a repeat one, unfortunately. But they didn't do anything to increase the rate of getting them in the most recent patch, other than the fact that you get a little bit more torches, which I guess makes it a little bit easier to try to find them. But their actual rate is still the same. However, they did mention in the patch notes that they are looking forward to in a future patch adding them to Soulforge. Maybe some kind of big Soulforge update that they'll do in the near future or something else. But you will be able to most likely craft the Guardian troops that you're missing in Soulforge at some point. Or if you're someone who doesn't do Underspire, you'll be able to craft all 6 of them eventually in Soulforge. What it will cost, we don't currently know. But sometime within the next year, you will probably be able to craft them in Soulforge. And I still have 2 that I'm missing. Or 1 if we get one by then. Because we probably still have a good solid several months before they add that. But they are going to be adding a way to go get them without needing to do Underspire. Both for if you're going dry or if you just don't really want to run Underspire. Though it is more worthwhile to run it than ever currently. It was already worth it, but now it's like mega worth. It's one of the best things that you could possibly sink your gems into per week. And it costs less gems than ever to complete it out as well now with all the changes they made. As I think on average now it's about 800 gems to complete, whereas before it was an average of about 1,000 gems to complete. Still pretty expensive if you're early on in the game. But later in the game it's definitely worth it for all the end game resources you get. You get Imperials, you get Dragonite, you get Pet Orb, you get all of the Glory Orbs. Most notably Gold and Silver. Alright, one of the dead end rooms. This, I believe, is only our second old dead end room. Though our first one this week gave us a Guardian troop, so let's see if we can get one again. This would actually be back-to-back Guardian troops if we get one here. And supposedly there's still just as many dead end rooms as there was before. This is so far only our second, which I'm not sure if that's actually true. Because I feel like we should have seen slightly more by now. Boo, Frost Trinket. But supposedly there's just as many dead end rooms. We're up to 2 so far. But supposedly none of the new rooms replace any of the old dead end rooms. The only thing they're really replacing is like actual dead end rooms. Like the ones that had literally nothing there, like true dead ends. Because now there should pretty much be almost no true dead ends anymore. Maybe like a very small handful, but almost all of them should be replaced with some kind of room now. Because so far we've only found 1 real dead end in this entire layout so far. Like we're 2 floors in, almost fully scouted. And we've only found 1 actual dead end so far. And the other one's merchant room, so I don't even need to go check that way most likely. Or if we do, we'll check it all the way at the end. You got the teleport room and finished the last boss yesterday? Yeah, that was talked about in the video too. If you can find the teleport room early and go forward, if you don't want to spend as many gems on a given week, you can probably spend as little as like 400 to 500 gems to complete it out. Because the most 2 valuable rooms to double, well, other than I guess the floor 4 one. But overall, the other 2 most valuable ones are the final room and the final boss. Like, you know, floor 6 and 7 boss. So if you can get a portal that skips almost all the way to the end, that would save like 300 to 500 gems on a given week, which is huge. I still haven't found mine yet, though. But it would save a ton of gems. And you could literally finish out the whole game mode by midweek. And just use your spare ones to find dead end rooms or try to backtrack. Only problem is I don't think you could backtrack through a gate if you do that. Like if the gate's still locked, I don't think you can go through it from the other side. I'm pretty sure it still stays locked, though I have no clue. But it makes sense that it would still be locked. Has anyone actually tried that yet? I assume it's still locked. If you get moved forward and tried to go backwards through a locked gate, does it let you through? I would assume no, because it's still locked. And this is a one-sided gate. It's still really helpful if we're getting to the end, really valuable rooms quicker, though. Oh, so we're almost at the point I need to start running Ubistet. Better start running double Behemoth. I think this is the last floor we can get away with what we're running now, and then we need to switch to Rope Dart, Ubistet. You just select a room from the map to transport to? I thought it always brings you from door to door, does it not? Or do you actually get to choose the door location? Because my understanding of it is, there's 2 doors that are predetermined, and it just connects the 2 doors together. Hello, Defiant! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Gerudo. Welcome, welcome. It's basically like a portal between 2 designated spots that are predetermined. But random as to where those 2 spots are. Which means it can also take you backwards if you didn't full scout out the previous floors. But ideally, you'd be using it to go forward, of course. Yeah, going forward, we're definitely going to need to start completing a full Underspire. Oh, we found it! Speaking of the door, let's see where it goes. Nice! What floor are we on? That's the only problem. I have no clue what floor we're on. I want to say floor 4? Oh no, is that 5? It's hard to tell. Okay, well, let's go all the way to the end. Let's go complete out the whole thing and then backtrack later. Because this is at bare minimum floor 4? Actually, is there a way to check by going into this room? The problem is I have no clue where we are, though. I don't even know where primary path is, but I guess we'll just keep going. Wait, how hard are these enemies? Okay, I need to go Rope Dart Ubistet now. Let me go get my copy-paste. Wherever we are, it's way too deep for that team. Let's get Rope Dart Ubistet. Somewhere's in here. No, we could rebuild Behemoth team later. I was gonna say, I should go copy-paste it, but, no, we don't really need it. It's really quick to just build a Ubistet team. I mean, a Behemoth team real quick. Anything else I need on this team? I think we're fine. Just using the other guy to tank a little, getting that red storm, getting everything else up. We should be okay. A little bit of a slow start, but once it gets rolling, it should be okay. Biggest issue is mana accumulators on this team is kind of slow. What am I doing? I am doing Underspire. I am doing copy and then paste. No, not where I want to go. Go over there. Alright, paste. Yeah, I didn't even need to go out of my way for this. This was actually on primary path. There's literally 1 room off from primary path, which is kind of crazy. So we didn't even need to go out of our way at all for this door. But there's actually a non-zero chance we can complete out Underspire today. Obviously, we'll still go through the rest of the battles throughout the week to go get all the dead end rooms and everything. But that portal right there might have actually allowed us to get full completion today. We're pretty close to it if we don't get all the way. Blue to the bigger gem. Doesn't help us too much right now. Let me just connect that for now. Oh, I forgot. It's random where you do the thing. I thought I got to target it. Whoops. Are you in Ubistet range? Yes. We just cast you, right? Should be. Do that. Get our double kill. Do that again. Hit an enemy. I need those red big gems. Give me that. Do it again. Ubistet it. Honestly, I might just go mana accumulation weapon. I don't even think we need Rope Dart. Okay, so it looks like it put the portal at a dead end room. That's interesting. So this one was only 1 off from primary path. Still a dead end room, but like really close. But this other one's at an actual true dead end. You can tell because there's a the old dead end room over here. So we're exactly 6 off, most likely, from primary path. We won't know what direction to go from here, but I would assume east would be the correct way. Though left could be the gate to open the door. Well, while we're here, let's go grab the dead end room. So we kind of know where we are since this is a real dead end. Let's see. I'll ignore Skull. We don't really care about that too much. Mostly just trying to get full mana here. The big reoccurring issue of this team is getting the mana we need to actually function in any way, shape, or form. But once we get it, should be good to go. Hey, is that kill range? I'm just going to go for it and hope it's enough. Now I can do the math on it. Good, it's good enough. Alright, take another poke. Try to get that down. Grab all that red. I have some alignment here. We'll go for that, and that should be Ubistet. And then this match. There we go. Yeah, it is a dead end portal, but it looks like it can also be like a 1-room dead end. Because this is a 1-room dead end, and this is a 6-room dead end. So it has a really wide range as far as where it could be. As this is basically right on primary path, and this one's an actual true dead end, the deep one. But it could also potentially be the other way around, where you find it initially on like a super dead end, but then the other one goes right onto primary path. But yeah, now fully scouting out the earlier floors matters a lot. Because finding that room is really, really important. Especially if your only goal is to like double the gold elite medal or something, or the pet orb at the end or something similar, to get the Dragonite and everything. Because if you're just trying to rush out the better rewards for as cheap as possible, finding that room early saves like 300 to 400 gems. Like an absurdly high amount. But of course I still want all the dead end rooms, so we're still going to spend the full amount even though we got pretty lucky with it. But the main upside is it does mean we can technically finish Underspire today. Not like finish it, but you know, we'll have the final room killed potentially. The only problem right now is I have no clue what direction we should go. I assume east based on the fact that that's over there. So primary path is more likely to be east rather than west. Whereas this could still be the boss room though. That right there could be the boss room. We have no way of knowing at the moment. But I'm going to go east because east will automatically lead us to where we need to go regardless. Whereas west might be an actual dead end. But east should connect to something. I was going to say, I need to kill him out all the way so that we can actually get the double kill there. Otherwise he's just going to revive. Alright, now we can go for kills. So we do that, get a Ubistet. Get this guy with some amount of alignment. Trip down one of the enemies, so he's hopefully dead. How did you just full miss? No, don't do that. Get all of your mana. It's not kill range yet. Hopefully that is. It is indeed. Alright, do we have any alignment? No. I think we still do it for the potential, though. Oh, never mind. I didn't see the one over there. Wait. We did have some alignment. It's only for a 3, but as long as you get it exploded, that's the main thing that matters. So you can get a big chunk of mana back. So you can recast it. Even if you're not landing extra turn, you're landing so much mana that's normally fine to run it without an extra turn. Oops, a little overkill. I'm just gonna hit this in case we can get a double kill perfect exactly what we wanted. Because if we kill the other one, we might not have had enough damage to kill it back. Alright, right here should be primary path. It should be connecting to primary path to the right. We'll find out in a moment. It'll be hard to tell until we actually find a door. But one tower right should be the start of primary path, most likely. This explodes them, right? Oh, it does. Nice. I had a feeling it did. I just wasn't sure. Yep, there it is. And there's primary path. Oh, we actually connected to it from there. Oh, that means primary path is up that way then. Because remember when I said it was 6 off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's actually only a 5 off. Never mind. And this is primary path. Never mind. No, it couldn't be. Because then that'd be a one-off. Yeah, this would have to be primary path over here, I think. It's confusing. But I believe this is primary path. Because there's the gate. Because it'd be really weird if this was, because that would only be a one-off or double dead end. So this right here should be primary path, which means boss room could be over here. So now it is worth going over here, because now I need to find the boss room. And we already know that going the other direction is primary path, which means it's actually the direction we don't want to go now. As we would just be going on the path, basically backtracking, essentially. Yeah, that really changes up a little bit how you have to go and play it out when you get portaled forward. Because that's something you didn't really need to worry about in the previous system of Underspire. But now you have to like do the delve almost in reverse when you get a portal. Because you're being put right at a dead end and then need to find the primary path rather than be on the primary path and find your dead end. It's like the exact opposite of what you normally need to do. Which is an interesting change of pace. You only ever have to do that once per delve though. Oh, assuming you get a portal. I assume most layouts will end up doing the one required ones for each though. Oh wait, maybe this is primary path. What's going on here? How many off is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, this is fine. So this has a chance to be a boss room then. Because this would be 6 off from primary path. So never mind, this is still correct. Whatever room is in front of us should be a dead end. If it's a boss room or not is to be seen. But the room right in front of us, if we are correct, should be a dead end room and not be anything else. If it's anything other than a dead end room, that means it's actually primary path and we went the wrong way. But it should be a dead end room of some kind, which means the other direction is primary path. Which means we went the right way. Oh, I'll find out in a moment. Oh, what do I need? Any red. Any red and brown and everything that goes into Ubistet. Just need some mana. Come on, Ubistet. You're almost there. There you go. Oh no, he got the revive. We would have had lethal here. But he got revived, so we don't anymore. Oh no. Now I'm going to have to poke him a billion times. Oh, so unfortunately, this guy doesn't give double. He only does it to Rashkas. And the only big downside to this golem is it's actually not a Rashka. It's like elemental giant or something, yeah. And he's already at one-shot range within rage, so we're good to go. Alright. Yep. Oh, merchant room, though. First merchant. Well, not counting the starting one. Right, there he is. Obviously, trinkets are never worth it. Keystone's also not worth it. Though this would be one situation where a keystone honestly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But obviously, we want to scout out them all. And 400 gems for is so insane. I'm not sure why they made the keystone so expensive. I feel like they should have just been like a static, like, I don't know, 100 gems? 150? The fact they keep going up by 100 every floor is so expensive. Like, if they were all 100, then it was like, okay, maybe we would go for it occasionally. Like on the floors that don't give as good of a loot, like floor 3, for example. I don't remember what floor 3 gives. I just know it's not that good. I think it's actually the worst of any dead-end room floor. 3 and 5, I believe, were the worst. 3, I think, is the absolute worst, though. Can't remember what it is off the top of my head, though. It's that bad. I have no recollection of it in my memory. Oh, he's about to get resummoned. No! Unless I can somehow win right now. I need to get extra turns somehow. No! No! Unfortunate. Hey, come on, just a little bit more mana. Come on, just a little bit more mana. There we go. Is that enough to kill? I feel like it is. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is primary path. Which means... Oh, I should have paid attention to what level that was. Okay, let me pay attention to what level this one is. 105. So we actually have to do this in reverse. Normally you're going up. But now we need to go down. So whatever room is worth a level lower than 105 should be primary path. Which means whatever level is lower, I shouldn't go. Because that means it's primary path, and that means we're just backtracking. So it's basically the opposite of what we would normally need to do. So we need to keep an eye out for that. If it's lower than 105, it's primary path. If it's higher, then it's the next dead end room. Or most likely the next dead end room. So this is probably the primary path. And this is the dead end room because it's a higher level. It's not guaranteed, but this is likely to be it. Also makes sense, this is connecting closer to where the path was anyways. So this should be the dead end room, which is what we want since we already have the door. We're working inversely. Because we don't want to go from path to path. Normally that's the first thing you want to do. But since we're already at the end of the path, it's the last thing we'd want to ever do. As every single one of those are pointless since we're already at the door from the teleport room. Oh, I should have taken that skull first. I keep forgetting Ubistet doesn't have auto extra turn. I keep thinking with Rope Dart Ubistet sometimes that he also gets extra turn. It's only the Rope Dart, unfortunately. That would be insane if we actually had extra turn, though. That'd be an insane buff for him to eventually get to make up for the fact that they lowered his boost ratio in the past. Because he would become extremely meta all of a sudden again if they did that. Like, keep his nerfed boost ratio for attack, but give him auto extra turn only if he gets a kill. So one slight ironic thing with Rope Dart, though, is since it has Entangle, it actually does reduce his damage slightly. Okay, shouldn't really matter which way we go here, in theory. So I guess I'll take the treasure room path first. And then we'll go take the double room. But it just feels so weird doing the delve in reverse. Interesting mechanic. Too bad you only get to do that once per the entire delve, though. Because it's only applicable whenever you get portaled. And you can only get portaled a max of 1 time per delve. Yeah, a little bit more mana. Come on now. There you go. That should be enough damage. Alright, this should be double dead end, right? How deep are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is double dead end. If this is double dead end, then we went exactly correct. And that means the path that we thought was primary path was indeed primary path. Which is the one we want to avoid. Otherwise, we're just backtracking and wasting torches. Are we going forward or backward? We're basically going backward because we got a portal. Because normally the way that you go through a delve is you want to go from lowest level to highest level. So you can go from door to door. But because we got portaled all the way to the end, we're basically doing the inverse. So we're doing highest level to lowest level to try to figure out which one was primary path. And then going in any direction that wasn't lowest level. And that would allow us to keep finding dead ends to try to find a unlock. Which hopefully is over there somewheres. But yeah, this is primary path. Because this is double dead end. So this is primary path right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be another dead end of various kinds. And this should be primary path. Which connects over to the area that we teleported from over there. Alright, good. So we got it correct then. Nice. Alright, let me grab this. So basically all these are dead content then. Maybe all the way at the end will come for these, but all of these are just backtracking into nothing rooms. They'd be some of the last rooms we'd ever take here. Is the only reason you normally take them is because you're forced to go from path to path. But if you get the portal, you can basically skip all those rooms for one floor. If you could figure out what path is primary path. Which saves anywhere from 2 to 6 rooms that you wouldn't have to do that you normally would always have to do in the past. Which is not bad. It's not like an insane amount, but 2 to 6 adds up pretty quickly. With all the other room savings that comes through the update. But that's about how much the thing saves if you're still running everything. Obviously it saves way, way, way more than that. It saves like almost 30 rooms if you're trying to just rush to the end. But if you're actually still full scouting, it still saves anywhere from 2 to 6 rooms, depending on how lucky or unlucky you get with the portal location. Or if you could figure out which one's primary path immediately. I believe this time it saved us 5. Let me double check the path. Or maybe 4. Let me double check. How many rooms did it save us in theory? Oh, it only saved me 3 rooms. Because it saved me this room, this room, this room. And that should be the gate then. It saved me this, 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 and then gate. Because it should be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's the gate right there. Even though we can't see the gate, there's a gate right there. The previous gate. Not the next one. But the previous gate should be right at that room right there, connecting these two. Which saves us having to ever do this one, or this one. So we saved 3 torches. Not like a huge amount, but more than none. Yeah, it's a cool little mechanic. Because you have to actually play the game a little bit differently. I wish more of them did that. I guess the scouting one somewhat does as well. Like, we got a nice scout and it saves us from having to go down that dead end. But a nice change of pace for the game mode, if nothing else. Nice little refresh to it. But ultimately, the biggest thing that's good about the update is it's now easier, quicker, and requires less torches to complete. All 3 of which are very nice. It's about 15 minutes quicker per day or per week if you're doing the whole thing. It should save anywhere from 100 to 300 gems and torches. And it gives you more loot throughout the entire thing. Those are like the 3 main changes they made. And obviously the gameplay is a little bit different here and there. That's not bad. Also, we had enough damage because of the attack boost ratio, even though he's webbed. Alright, nothing. Oh yeah, over here should hopefully be the, actually it has to be the, portal. The reason it has to be is we already know that the gate is over there, and there's literally no rooms that it could diverge from over there. So there's a 100% chance the portal was in one of these 2 dead ends, or 3 if it branches out even more. Because it's physically impossible for it to be another location because it's surrounded by walls. As we can already see where the whole path is, basically, without seeing it. So there's a 100% chance our portal's over here. We just don't know which way. Could be up or down. Oh, well, I guess now we know. It's up. But the reason we know this is because the gate is right here. And obviously none of these rooms can diverge in any way because it's blocked, 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 blocked. So the portal has to be over here then. As there is physically no other location it could be. Let's just take full mana. I have still been completely ignoring this trap gem mechanic. I was really expecting them to make them a little bit more threatening. I'm actually surprised how unthreatening trap gems are. I was really expecting that they'd be like, oh, you would pretty much never want to take this gem, it'd be so bad. But, yeah, they kind of do nothing. The worst one on them is probably Fairy Fire. He's super deep, you might take a little bit too much damage that way. That's about it. Oh, this could actually give him value here. No, I did exactly that. The worst case scenario. Saw that coming. Let me kill that all the way out. So we can then poke the other one down. So I can then get my double kill off the other 2. And then we should just have to do this into Ubistet, and that should be match. Easy as that. There it is. And as we mentioned, there is the portal room. Okay, question. Does anyone remember what the reward is for Purple Dragon? Isn't this silver orb? Right? Question mark? Isn't purple silver orb? Does anyone remember? I actually have no clue because of how we got portaled. Isn't this for double silver? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thanks you, Samash. So this is definitely orb then, or lantern, I mean. That's weird. Why doesn't it tell you what you get from it? I guess that's the thing there, but it's not showing the other thingy. But I'm pretty sure this is Silver Orb. I'm like 90% sure. Oh, find out when we waste a lantern. But it should be Silver Orb, which means we just did floor 4, which means we're moving to floor 5. But I need to go remember them all now, since you're not going to necessarily do them all in order anymore. Due to the portal door room thing. Ooh, bit of a miss. I don't have enough damage to kill at the moment. Where's Rope Dart? Where's anything? Where's all my damage at? Luckily, you shouldn't have enough damage to kill us, but I know he's getting kind of close on first slot there. Because that's not Ubistat range yet. I think that is now, though. There we go. Yep, double silver. Nice. Oh, we did use it correctly. All right, there we go. And now we're on floor 5. Literally skipped over floor 3 completely. Poor floor 3. We'll be back for you eventually, floor 3. Which means I never need to take these 3 rooms then. Technically 4 rooms because of the other 4th room that connects to it. So there's 4 rooms here I don't have to take. This one, this one, this one, this one. Because this one is the one connecting room to get us there. Unless it branches off into some dead ends, in which case maybe I actually do need to take it. But bare minimum 3, potentially 4 that we don't have to do. Since it's just the connecting rooms between the 2 floors that don't lead to any dead ends that we need. We'll miss a couple trap rooms and stuff and maybe 1 treasure room, but those don't really matter that much. It's still more important to get like the really big dead end stuff. I don't know, if we still have some spears at the end, I guess we'll take it. But this is like the last priority is taking these last 3 to 4 rooms here. Because they have the highest chance of being absolute nothing. Well, let's keep moving forward. I don't think we're going to have enough torches to finish today, but we're actually going to get pretty close. We're going to be almost done with floor 5 today. Like, we might be stepping foot into floor 6 due to the portal. Oh, yeah, the 3rd one was definitely the worst. 3 gem keys and an orb of wisdom? Oh, wow, that's bad. That's even worse than I thought it was. Does anyone remember what floor 5 was then? Because I know 3 and 5 were always the worst. 3 was like the absolute worst, but 5 was pretty bad too. One, 3, and 5 are like the main 3 you would never throw a lantern on. 2 you would do if you need Imperials. 4 you would need if you want to go upgrade a bunch of stuff with silver orbs. 6 you would do because it's the most valuable one out of all of them at a gold orb. And 7 you would do if you want Dragonite plus Pet Orb. Which is not the best value, but still pretty good. It's like 300 gems worth of Dragonite plus an extra Pet Orb. Alright, floor 5. And we're not going to need to change it to... Oh! Also, we have some of the rooms scouted. Not like it's going to be that big of an issue to find where the door is. But we actually do have the door scouted already. That's funny. Obviously, we already know what way the door is going to be by going highest level. But if we didn't for some reason, we know exactly where it is. At least we can't possibly go the wrong way now. Out of the rare chance that it's not highest level. As we did get to scout it earlier. The most important thing that we got from that scout was the merchant room. As we know where the merchant room is for floor 6, which means we can completely avoid it. As every room leading up to that is just dead rooms. Yeah, that should be enough damage because of attack boost ratio. Oh no, the insta-kill immune though! Oh no! That's funny. We got a Doom battle, so we actually survived it because he has an instant kill immunity. Ooh, this guy dying would be kind of unfortunate. Don't do it. Still would be fine if he did, but the battle would be so much slower if he did there. Alright, now we actually do need to pay attention to highest level. But if I had to guess before we even see what these levels are, it's to the right. And this is going to do like a weird curve thingy. Oh, what was Garuda's question? Sorry, I didn't see it. If you have all the Sentinels, is there any point in getting all the end rooms? Are there new ones? No. You would still get it for all the other general loot. But if you already have every Sentinel, then you would mostly just do it for the boss rooms, would be your main priority. You would gain a big benefit from going straight to the portal room, or, you know, the door room. So if you have every Sentinel, your main goal would probably be find portal room and then get all the way to the end and then double all the really good rooms at the end. That way you can get the event done for like 500 gems and still get the gold orb and everything else, or the pet orb or whatever else you want near the end. If you already have every Sentinel, you pretty much just rush the end. Like, you full scout every floor until you find the portal, or the door room, whatever you want to call it. I forget what its official name is. But once you find that door room, you just rush straight to the end. And then just double all the really good rooms at the end. The only reason we're doing all of them, of course, is we're still trying to get the Sentinels. And also general loot as well, but mostly the Sentinels. Alright, now we actually need to pay attention to level. So that's 149. That's 141. Okay, we already can kind of see based on the path that's this way anyways. But yeah, this is definitely the way. You had a question about Crag Mall? Sure, what was it? Did you already mention it? What was it? The Crag Mall is in the Forge. Was it from PvP? No. Wait, Crag Mall. Yes. Is that the legendary? Yeah. This is the one I'm thinking of, right? It can only be... Yes, that's one of the ones that can only be crafted in Soul Forge. That's a legendary, right? Because if it is, that's the one I think it is, yeah. But yeah, that's one of the old legendary troops from PvP. It is only available in Soul Forge. But we got it for the first time as well in the Monday video. But I believe this is the first time it's been available, right? At least on PC Mobile. Unless I missed it one the other times. I'm pretty sure this is the first time it's ever been available. Or, you know, not counting through PvP. But yeah, that means if you want to get it for completionist purposes, now's the only time to do it, so definitely make sure to do it. Anyone who still needs it, make sure to get it as well on PC Mobile. As today's the last day to get it, and you might not be able to get it for like another year. Even though Soul Forge rotates twice as quick, it is a legendary, so they take forever still. Even at double speed. There's just so many legendaries. But yeah, this one right here, if you go to games, go to Soul Forge. He's only in Soul Forge for a couple more hours. But this one, the Crag Mall, is only available for another 4 hours and 30 minutes and won't be back for like another year. Like, it'll be like summer or later of next year before he rotates again, if even by then. He's not useful at all. But if you want him for kingdom upgrades or anything, he's only ever available in Soul Forge. You cannot get him through any key system. So he's literally only a Soul Forge exclusive, basically. I wish I would mark it or something to kind of let people know. But he is a Soul Forge exclusive at this point if you didn't get him from the PvP season he came out on. So if you ever want to get him, it's either now or wait like a year. He's not that useful, but if you want to go for like completionist sake, it's the first time he's been available and won't be for a good half a year to a year. You can live without him though. He's not that useful if you're like earlier in the game, but if you're later in the game, it would be advised to get him if you have pretty much everything in the game. This could be a long while before he rotates again. Oh yeah, we'll actually be able to go for Soul Forge on tomorrow night's stream, I guess, too. I haven't been bothering to cover a video on it every single time because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem really much of a point. Like, make a 1-minute video just kind of going over them. But, if anything, I personally don't like shorts, but that would be something that would be good for a short, I guess, technically. I don't know, I don't like short-form content, though. That would be, like, the first thing that would ever be actually worth making a short for, though, technically. Make, like, a 1-minute short going over Soul Forge every Friday. I wouldn't bother with that, though. We got a trap room over here. I wonder where the connecting room is. I don't know, it might be a hard one here. Not only is it still highest level path, but it's also already scouted. Can treasure rooms drop Sentinel? No. They cannot. They can drop some pretty useful things, going as high as a deed book somehow for some reason. It's probably really rare, like less than 1% chance to get a deed book. But, no, they cannot drop the Sentinels. I'm not sure what their full drop table is, but based on the patch notes, the biggest thing that was mentioned in it is a deed book, which I would assume is a 1% chance to get a deed book. Or maybe slightly higher if they're making it all 6 of them have a different independent roll from each other. But I highly doubt it's higher than like 2% across all 6 colors. Like maybe 0.3, 0.4% chance each, or even 0.2 each, which would be 1.2% chance. But no, I'm not sure if we know the whole drop table, but I'm like 80% certain it isn't Sentinel. Because if Sentinel was in its drop table, they would have mentioned that Sentinel is in its drop table. And the fact that they specifically didn't mention it makes me assume they're not in it. Oh no, has anyone gotten a Sentinel from one yet? I highly doubt it though. I'm pretty sure they're not in it. I'm pretty sure only the previous Dead End rooms still have them. But these treasure rooms just give you a bunch of various high tier loot. With the biggest thing being a deed book. But oh no, the game doesn't technically mention it, so I have no clue. It gives a list on the website? Oh, does it really? Oh, wait, let me go over there real quick then. Wait, how do you check it? I'm trying to think of like the quickest way to get to their website right now. Just click the question mark. Does it have a question mark over the treasure room? Or is it the question mark for Underworld? Oh, let me go check it real quick, see. Oh, the only problem is it's going to bring it up in a different tab, I think. I can just copy paste the URL. Yeah, let me go grab it real quick. I want to see what its full drop table is. Especially if it has the actual rates. Question mark, continue. Okay, it's bringing it up in a tab over here, but I can just copy paste it over. Copy, copy. Oh yeah, let me go check this real quick. Not that. Well, web browser. Event calendar, campaign, new tab. Let's see. Underspire. Secret treasure room. Let's see. Treasure room. I'm clicking on it and it's not dragging me down there. I've been scammed. Fine, I'll manually go there. Treasure room, treasure room, treasure room, trap room. Treasure guardian rooms. No, I just want normal treasure room. Yeah, not treasure guardian rooms. Those are something different. Those are the old dead end rooms. Treasure guardian rooms. Trap room. Here it is. Alright, here's the full loot that you can get. Trinkets, runic trait stones, arcane trait stones, gem keys, haven't seen that yet. Celestial trait stones, shards, writs. Oh, Dragonite's in its drop table. One Imperial Deed. Ooh. Random Deed Book and Shiny Dust. I got the Shiny Dust as well. But yeah, those are the big two. Though it depends how much Dragonite it gives on if it's worth it or not. As long as it's 10 or higher, that's not bad. But one Imperial Deed and one Random Deed Book seems to be the biggest rewards in their drop table. Because the Shiny Dust only gave me 50 unless there's different numbers. Rich, I believe, were also 50 or 75. So yeah, most of these aren't really giving a high enough to really be that worth. Same as Shards, probably. Same as Writs, honestly. Which makes the only 4 really good ones being Dragonite, assuming it gives at least 10. One single Imperial Deed. One Random Deed Book, which is by far the biggest drop you can get. And 50 Shiny Dust, unless they give you a different higher number. Which is like half a Shiny Key, basically. That's not bad. Yeah, 4 of its drops are really good. I guess Gem Keys aren't awful. If you're early on in the game, I guess Arcane isn't awful either, or Celestial. Shards is just too little, and Writs is honestly pretty much too little as well. But these 4 are like the main 4, I would say. Dragonite, Imperial, Deed Book, which is by far the biggest loot, and Shiny Dust are like the 4 biggest loots you can get from it. But yeah, no Guardian Troop, which we kind of already knew, but that's just to confirm. But yeah, no Guardian Troop in drop table. 50 Dragonite? That's actually really good then. 50's a huge amount, actually. Why did they always give so little writs for everything? Why do you get like 50 or 75 writs? To be comparable to those other drops, that would have to be like 500 writs for it to be scaled with some of those other numbers. Yeah, they only give you like, what was it, 50, 75? I already forgot the number. But that is pitiful how much it gives. At least for writs. That's so bad. Yeah, 50 Dragonite is huge. That's 300 gems worth of Dragonite from a treasure room. Yeah, we'll go this way. Oh, so hello, Watcher of the Gates. Welcome, welcome. I just realized beer's starting to get long again. Actually, that's something I need to go do soon. I still need to go renew my passport. I keep delaying it. Earlier, I was not doing it because the government was shut down. But now I need to go do it again because they're probably shutting down the government again in late January. For their for their multiple times a year. I don't know what even is that at this point. The multiple time a year government shutdown. So I gotta try to get it in before it shuts down again. Because I have a feeling it would take forever to process once it is shut down, if they even process it at all. But I need to go take a photo for that, so I need to go get a haircut soon. I ever just take the photo like this. Oh no, how do I look? With the uncombed hair and everything. He's just gonna renew it digitally. Because I don't trust them to, like if I mail it to them, there's no way it's going through. I don't trust the mail. I'm just gonna get it renewed digitally. I think I need to take my own photo for it. And they have so many specifics as far as what they want for the photo. Let's see. We'll throw that down. How far are we right now from primary path? Oh, only 2. Easy primary path is right over there. Well, they asked for our last 5 years of social media activity. I mean, our Twitter account that's been inactive for like 5 years. But no, that's not one of the requirements, at least not yet. Most of it's pretty easy, it's just the photo requirements are actually kind of high. Like, they almost want like a professionally taken photo. It's mostly the background that's annoying. They very specifically want it on a pure white background. I might honestly just take it against a solid background and use AI or something else just to get rid of background. Better just do it in Photoshop. But it'd be way quicker just putting it into something that does it automatically in a few seconds. Just to make sure it's nice and clean. If I tried to edit myself, it would probably take like 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure there's some tools out there that will do it in like 10 seconds for free. And then I just replace the background with white. As long as I save it in a correct format, they shouldn't really matter. Because I highly doubt they would check something like that. Because they didn't for the Jeffrey Epstein tapes. They put it in Adobe Premiere. And then didn't realize there'd be source code in it that shows that it was in Adobe Premiere. So I highly doubt for a passport they would check if I put it in Photoshop to make it a white background. Because the kind of specific background they want, you pretty much only get in like a professional like photo studio. You can easily edit it in within like a minute from like any photo. Alright, let's go up. This feels like dead end room. I mean, the boss room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Because this should be double dead end, so this should be the portal right over here. Hello, Medieval! Welcome, welcome, Bubbles Manuel. Oh, I needed that to not die. Oh, we found one of the new rooms. Nice. So this is one of the ones that has a new achievement. There's 2 new achievements that came out. If we go over to achievements right over here. And this is one of them, though you do need to find it 5 times. But it's this one right here. So we still haven't found the curse rune one, which gives like 10 to 20 curse runes. But this is the powder one. Double the powder. Find 5 powder kegs in Underspire. There's a maximum of 1 per week. And we found it. Doesn't require any torches, and it gives 2 to 4 torches. And a rare chance for a lantern that I assume is like 10% chance. Which means you would get like 1 lantern every 3 months, basically. But normally it gives you 2 to 4 torches. Which is free torches, of course. Yeah, not bad. And nice, we already have most of the next floor already scouted. We know where we need to not go, and we'll know where highest level path is. So we're already pretty good because that our early scout that we got during the video on Monday. Because we got the scout then, and that showed us all this over here. Which showed us where the boss room is. Alright, let's go to this boss room. That'll unlock the door. And then I can go to where the boss door is, and then we'll have like 1 or 2 battles left just to go wherever towards a dead end. Let's go grab it. Shouldn't need to change anything here. Because technically on the government website, they said that your face and everything needs to not be edited, but they never said anywheres on it that your background couldn't be edited. So I will try that and see if it works and would let you guys know. I assume that's okay. I don't see why it wouldn't be. As long as you just don't edit your face or anything. But you edit the background away to be the white that they want it to be. I don't know, we'll find out when they send me to prison for editing a background on a passport. No, I'm pretty sure that's allowed. And I'll find out when they deny it. Hey, so how on earth do you get like a pure white background actual photo other than like a proper studio? Like my walls are pretty white, but it needs to also not have any shadows. And I have no lighting in my house that would allow for that. Oh, also here's one of the curse thingies again. There we go, 3 of them. Or one of the trinket thingies. Alright, we're gonna go to highest level path. What is this? 180, 188. So it's this way. We'll miss you in a foreign prison. They're gonna send me to El Salvador for forging a passport photo. Even though it's literally my unedited face. Oh, Ubistat just died. That's a problem. We just got hit by so much reflect damage he actually died. Oh no. That is actually slightly an issue. Like, we can almost legitimately die here. Especially because Hero's gonna take some damage here. We get double damage from Roshka. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. We could actually legitimately lose this. What's going on? Are we almost dying on this battle? Oh, what do I need here? I guess I could double my attack for the upcoming one. Or take for yellow. Oh no, that's what I was concerned of! Okay, let's buff up our hero. Gosh, can you stop doing reflect? You have so many other abilities you could do. Why are you only reflecting? We're getting such bad RNG. I feel like it's reflected every single possible turn. Oh yeah, that's really unlucky as well. We might actually lose this battle somehow. That'd be crazy. We might actually get a draw if he keeps rolling reflect every time. It's random stats effect, not reflect. He's reflected literally every cast this entire battle. I think I try for purple from Sky. I don't want to accidentally give him a skull over there. I was gonna say, just don't gain barrier, we'll be fine. Okay. This brings us to one-shot range of him. I just gotta keep taking moves that don't give it a skull. Alright, I need to deny red or yellow if it pops up. I guess I just passed my turn. I gotta hope this doesn't give him red. No! I might actually lose here. Is that enough damage? No. As long as he doesn't barrier here, we're fine. What is this battle? Oh, he didn't gain barrier. We're okay. For now. I just need him to bait him into giving us a skull and we win. I think we lose. No, I could take yellow here. As long as the skull doesn't fall, we are fine. What is this battle? No! I think we lost now. Yeah, unless we can get double skull, we lose. How on earth did we lose this battle? Let's see. We could try for double skull here. And that's like our only chance. Because if I take green down here, he takes skull. Oh wait, I could take brown to left here. Brown left here is our only safe spot. Though it's really dangerous because a skull falling in any of these threes are deaf. But it's better than giving him 100% skull. No! It still happened. Wow, we actually died to just a standard battle. I might need to go off a Sunspear and go like Elementals or something. It might be Elementalist time or Geomancer time. Well, I don't want to go Elementalist in case we entangle everything. Let's go Geomancer. But yeah, we gotta give up Red Storm and everything. But it'll make it so we never die again. I can't believe a normal battle killed us. The only reason we died is she got reflect like 4 times in a row. Literally every possible cast for the first 4 to 5 casts she got reflect. Which was just too much damage intake. Look at how much smoother that went. And that was with a weaker team than what we had before, since we didn't have the Red Storm and everything else. Yeah, we're still taking highest level, so I actually gotta go up here, oddly enough. I guess that makes sense, because we know bottom is not the way. So going up would make sense. Hello, Sushi Ninja! Hello, Arkan! Welcome, welcome. Oh, what do we need here? Oh, did I say a different color? Yeah, I meant every brown we gain barrier. But we had to give up Perpetual Red Storm and everything for it, is what I meant. Let's see if we can get at least one more good drop from a treasure room. We've gotten a handful of good ones, but we still haven't seen 3 of the best ones. We haven't seen Deedbook, we haven't seen Imperial, and we haven't seen supposedly 50 Dragonite. which is actually a really high amount of Dragonite. Because if that's the case, that means you might be able to get 50 to 100 Dragonite per week from Underspire. On top of what you're already getting from the final room that you could also double if you wanted to. Which means if you doubled the final room in combination with both of those together, that would come out to almost 200 Dragonite a week just from Underspire. If you double the final room and do... Oh, I should have done it the other way around so we could have gotten instant killing him. But if you double the final room and find at least 2 treasure rooms that give you Dragonite, you would get 200 Dragonite from doing Underspire. I'm just not sure how common the Dragonite drop is. It might only be once, but it's still 150. If you double the final battle plus get one from the one of your 20 treasure rooms. Or however many treasure rooms you find. This 20 is not guaranteed, but you're going to find at least like 15 plus if you scout it all. Oh, we got Ritz again. Only 20. Why is so little? Why 25? Maybe it has a couple different drops, because I could have sworn we got 50 and 75 already. But 25 is so little Ritz. So maybe the Dragonite has a variable number as well. Maybe it's like 25, 50, or so 75. Though if that is the case, then it does still average to 50 then. Oh, just killed something for me. Well, that's convenient. Almost forgot about that. Should probably leave that alive. At this point, I just poke him and then we win. Yeah, so we poke you with that. And I just gotta chip you down and then you Uber step. And we got a rope dart for that. I feel like we haven't really been able to utilize rope dart much, but now that we're getting deeper, it gets us right into that nice kill range. Now, we're almost out of torches. But we should be able to see the door and then do like 1 or 2 more rooms from it. We're definitely not going to be touching the final floor today, though. It's actually interesting that some people already finished Underspire then. Because that means their door had to have skipped 2 floors then for that to have happened. Because my door this week only skipped 1 floor. It'll probably always at minimum skip at least 1, I would assume. As long as you full scout, well, we'll never backtrack. As long as you're fully scouting every floor before it. But it seems like it's variable how many rooms it could save you, or how many floors. And I only got a 1 floor saving. Oh, there's the door, which we already knew would be here. And then we have 1 spare torch to do whatever with. Technically, we're already out of torches. The rest that we have right now are from our keg pile that we got. So the only new room we haven't seen then is the curse room then. The one that gives you 10 to 20 curse runes for free. The ones used for soul forge crafting. But it's the only new room we haven't seen yet. And it's also required for an achievement. Finding it 5 times. Only 1 per week though. Hopefully we find it. We're definitely not going to find it today though. Unless it's literally right to the side of us. But I believe the patch note said it's in a dead end room. Maybe I'll go scout out the double dead end we have from the previous floor. Because that might have the curse rune thing so we can look at it and then take it tomorrow. Oh no, never mind. We can actually get it today then. I forgot. I completely forgot because it doesn't count as a torch. So wait, we can actually get it today. Let me go do the double dead end real quick. Alright, there's the final boss room. I just gotta find a door for it later. However, let me backtrack 1 floor that we were just doing. Over here is guaranteed double dead end. But I forgot, it costs 0 torches, so I can actually potentially get it today. That's one nice thing about these double dead ends now. Because before, they always would cost at least 1 torch if you found a room. But now there's a good handful of rooms we could find that don't cost any torches at all. Including the curse rune room that we haven't found yet. Yeah, let's see if we get it here. And if we don't, we'll just grab whatever's there tomorrow. But how many dead end rooms there are now? There should be pretty much 2 valid rooms that we can go take. Definitely at least 1. Let's see what we get here. Okay, we got a merchant, which is obviously dead content. But we did get a normal dead end room. But of course that costs a torch, so we can't grab it today. I'll grab it later. But yeah, we'll continue our adventure tomorrow then, but we're already at, like, final floor. The only thing we weren't able to get is the unlock for it. But we literally made it on day 4 to the boss room, which is kind of crazy. But that's because our portal helped save an entire floor. And technically it's the worst floor too, so we could technically full skip it, though we are going to do it still though. Well, we'll be doing absolute last. The main rooms will probably full skip though, are these 3. These 3 are guaranteed to be nothing. The only exception to that is if one of these 2 is a treasure room. But these would be the absolute last 3 we ever do, as they can't possibly diverge into anything since they're on the primary path. And since we took the floor from the backwards because of the gate. Which still feels weird, because our 2 paths aren't even connected to each other. If we go check the map real quick, there are 2 different, basically, underspires at this point. We got one underspire over here and a second one over here. But once we clear out all this, we'll go and backtrack to the earlier section, of course. And then start going through floor 3 from where we got the gate right over there. But we'll save that for last and just finish out where we are right now tomorrow and the following day. Because tomorrow I should be able to go get completed. Because all we have to do is go down the 2 paths, hopefully one of them. Because we already have most of this place scouted. We already know where the merchant room is, so we already know that this path is incorrect. This path to the right leads to merchant room, so this is the main one we have to not take. Which means the ones that we do have to take is either this one, or this one. We don't know which of the 3, but we do know that this one is wrong because we've pre-scouted the merchant room. So that's the only one we know that we need to not go down. It could still diverge into something over there, but I believe it's almost guaranteed that doesn't lead to the actual boss room, though. So it'll definitely be the absolute last one we check for sure. And we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other anythings? Otherwise, tomorrow we'll kind of pick up from where we left off. Go back to Guild Wars. Hopefully not lose like we did last time, gosh. Though we're going to be prepared next time if we find that room again. Then from there, we'll go do, obviously, Guild Wars at the beginning. We'll do all the dailies real quick. Clear out Underspire. Go from there. Oh, yeah. I believe the event calendar is starting soon, too, isn't it? Where's the calendar thingy? December. No, that's not it. No, I think it's starting tomorrow. I thought it was starting today for some reason. What day did it say was starting? Not that. The other thing. It says right here what day it was starting. Was it Friday? I think I sworn it was Thursday. One of these has a date on it. Guild Wars, no. There it is. Yeah, Holiday Advent Calendar starts tomorrow. Which should have a free reward on this what? Christmas Day and New Year's, I believe that falls on then. So Christmas Day and New Year's, we should get a free reward from that. And of course the deals every single day, but those are normally not worth it. Or most of them aren't. But anyways, guys, but yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. And we'll go from there. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday, wonderful weekend, and stay warm out there. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.